everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be filming this look that I've just created just now using all of Charlotte Tilbury's products. So this is a full face of makeup using Charlotte Tilbury. So if you are interested in anything from Charlotte Tilbury, you can find out what my sort of hit and miss products are, and yeah, just see them all in action. Some of these products I have had for a while and others I've just tried in this video today. So yeah, if you wanted to see how I created this makeup look that I'm wearing right now, then just keep watching. Right, so I'm just going to start off by prepping my skin with obviously the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This has been my favourite day cream at the moment. I'm just going to pop that all over the skin. Right, now that's rubbed in, I'm going to go in with the Wonder Glow Primer. This one, I don't use it every single day. I just use it when I want a little bit of an extra glow, but because this is a Charlotte Tilbury full face of makeup video, I thought I would just use it today. So this is basically a glowy primer, which also just gives the skin like a soft blurring effect. I often don't wear primer. I find that the Magic Cream is fine just on its own. But yeah, I do like this one for when I do want to pop a primer on. It is really, really nice. Right, next for foundation, I'm going to be taking the Magic foundation. This is her most popular foundation. It's the one that is for more sort of medium to full coverage, and it's got a demi matte finish. And I'm going to mix that in with the Flawless Filter in the shade number 2. My foundation is in a slightly too yellow shade for me. I got 3.5, I should have really got 4. But yeah, I'm going to mix these two together. They're just really, really nice mixed together. The Flawless Filter is probably one of my favourite products from Charlotte Tilbury. It just gives your foundation such a nice glow, and it also will change the colour of my foundation just slightly because this is more of a peachy tone. I'm just going to dot that on the skin. I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest, of the Magic foundation. It's just not my favourite from Charlotte Tilbury, and I definitely have foundations that I prefer using over that one. So I don't really reach for this foundation often, but yeah, it definitely is better mixed in with the Flawless Filter. So if I do use it, that is the only way that I will ever use it. I just find that without the Flawless Filter it looks quite dry on my skin, which is really weird because I don't have dry skin. Right, now I'm just going to take her flat foundation brush and I'm just going to sort of push that into the skin using this brush. I might go in with something else in a second. I'm going to take the Magic Complexion brush instead, which looks like this. Mine's a little bit dusty. I'm just going to use that to buff into skin instead. So I don't know if you can tell, I just don't find it gives me like really good coverage, and it kind of just, I don't know, it just blends away into nothing, this foundation. It's definitely not a product from her that I would recommend that you go out and buy. I think that there's a lot more better foundations than this on the market that are also cheaper. So yeah, see, look how it's blending on my nose. I don't know if you can see that, but it's blending really weird. I just don't like this foundation, guys. And I have tried it with a brush, I've tried it with a beauty blender. I just don't really like it. Right, I am going to go in with another layer because I don't know if you can see, but it hasn't given me the best coverage. I don't find that this foundation is medium to full coverage either, by the way. It says that it's supposed to be, but I literally put 2 full pumps of this on my hand, and yeah, I feel like it's not even a light coverage. Well, it's a light coverage, but I would say this is a light to medium on me. I don't know what it is, I just can't get this foundation to work. It is better with the Flawless Filter, but even then, I just don't like it on my skin. I think it's one of the only products from her that I've tried so far that I just don't get it. I just don't like it. Maybe it's just my skin, but it's definitely not a product that I will be buying again. In fact, I'll probably end up giving this one away. I'm just gonna push this second layer into my skin using a beauty blender. This one is kind of like semi-damp. It was damp yesterday, now it's kind of dried a bit, but I feel like this will probably give me a little bit more coverage, I'm not sure. Right, now what I'm going to do is just going to add a little bit more of the Flawless Filter over the top of my foundation on the high points of my face. So this is going to act as a little bit of like a cream sort of highlighter. It's not really going to be anything that blinding, but it just adds a little bit of a glow. It's like so hot in my room today, so I feel like I'm probably sweating a little bit. Which is why as well the foundation probably isn't sitting correctly on my skin, because my skin is hot. So sometimes I do find that with foundations that when I'm sweating a little bit, it makes my foundation go on funny. But I have tried that foundation a few times now and it has done the similar sort of thing every time. Right, so actually the only thing that I couldn't get for my full face of makeup using Charlotte Tilbury products was a concealer, because they're actually discontinuing the current concealer that they have and bringing out a new one which isn't out yet, and they didn't have any light shades of the old concealer that they have left online, so I couldn't get my hands on any concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm really sorry about that. So yeah, I'm just going to be using my normal Clarins one. This is the one that I always use. It's the Instant Concealer in the shade 01. Right, so now I'm just going to powder what I've done. So I'm going to use the shade 1 for under my eyes. This is the lightest powder that they do. Just going to use that on their Powder and Sculpt brush, and I'm just going to press that under my eyes. I really do like this powder. It is a very finely milled powder, so it is really sort of soft and smooth on the skin. I really like it. Oh, there's a little fly, it's pissing me off, get away. And then I'm just going to powder my eyelids as well. Right, then I'm going to take powder in the shade 2. I really hate the way this foundation is sitting on my nose. I can't actually deal. Like, it's just not nice. I'm going to try and zoom you in so you can see. Like, can you see my nose? It's just not sitting well there. But anyway. Right, so I'm taking powder shade 2 and I'm popping that on the rest of my face. The reason why I'm taking 2 different shades of powder, you definitely don't need to do that, but I just like my under eyes to be as bright as possible because I'm already quite pale. I want my under eyes to be as light as possible rather than keeping them all the same colour as the rest of my face. So I like to take a slightly darker powder on the rest of my face to under my eyes. Okay, now I'm going to take some bronzer. My one is completely smashed. Oh, so yeah, that's what my bronzer looks like. So I'm going to take that very, very carefully on this blusher brush of hers and just pop that in the usual areas that I would bronze. I have actually gone through 2 of her Bronze and Glows in the past. I really do like her Bronze and Glow. I think it's a really, really nice bronzer, and also the highlighter is really good if you've got more fair skin. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the Bronze and Glow. That is definitely one of my favourites. I'm kind of taking that in like the contour area of my face and just above as well. And by the way, if you're interested at all in Charlotte Tilbury brushes, they are really, really nice, but I would say that they're definitely overpriced for what they are. I mean, these are real hair brushes, the ones that I've got anyway, which means that they do shed quite a lot. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like brushes shedding, then these ones definitely aren't for you because they do shed quite a lot. Like, if you can see, what I've got all these little like brush hair on my face. I would say my favourite brushes from her, and the ones that I would go out and buy again knowing what they're like now, are the Powder and Sculpt brush and probably the Hollywood complexion brush, just because I really like this for cream bronzer. But other than that, I think the other ones are quite overpriced for what they are, and there are better brushes on the market for cheaper. These ones also do feel quite scratchy, which is I'm not a fan of. Just putting a little bit of that on my forehead as well. Then for blusher, I'm going to take the shade Ecstasy, which is a peachy pink with a coral to it as well. And then I'm just going to use that same blusher brush and pop that on my cheeks. See, look, freaking hair. I really, really like this blusher, especially for summer because it's quite bright. It is way too hot in here to be putting on full face of makeup. Literally as soon as I finish this video, this makeup is coming off. Now for highlight, I'm going to just use the Bronze and Glow highlighter, obviously the highlight shade, with the Powder and Sculpt brush, which I really do like for highlighting as well. And I'm just going to pop that on the tops of my cheekbones. This isn't the most blinding highlighter in the world, but it is really nice just for sort of everyday. It just gives a nice sort of subtle glow. I wouldn't really use this highlighter if I'm wanting like a beaming, you know, night out sort of highlighter, but it is really nice for every day, and you can actually build it up if you want to as well. Right, now I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using the Golden Goddess palette, which looks like this. I have featured all of these items, by the way, in a massive haul, which was my last video that I posted, so definitely go and look at that if you want to see like more sort of swatches and things like that. So I'll link that in the description box below. But yeah, I'm just going to be doing the Golden Goddess look today. So first things first, I'm going to take Charlotte Tilbury's eye blending brush, and I'm going to take this shade here, and I'm going to basically just pop that all over the lid with this crease brush and then just blend it kind of into the crease as well. So as you can see, colour is quite pigmented, so you don't need a lot. And then I'm just going to, with that same brush, just sort of blend that in. Right, now with that same shade, I'm going to take the smudger brush and then just literally drag that along the bottom lash line. What I love about Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadows is they are quite easy to use. In this look, obviously you get the 4 shades, but to be honest, when I do it, I only really use the bottom 2, and it's just a really quick and easy makeup look, to be honest, but it does look really glam still. So just gonna drag that on the bottom and then blend it out. Right, now that shade is on, I'm gonna take the shade next door, which is this shade here. It's like the glittery shade, and you have to use these with your fingers really because they just won't pick up on a brush. I'm just going to take that on my ring finger and just sort of pop that right on top of what we've just done, but keeping it more to the lid, not bringing it up too high. This just gives the eye look a little bit of dimension, obviously a little bit of glitter, and just makes it a little bit more nighttime appropriate as well. Right, and that is the eyes nearly done. I'm just going to add a flick. I'm going to use her Feline Flick eyeliner. This only comes in black, so it's obviously a black one. I'm just going to do a little wing on my eye. Right, and then I'm just going to take the kohl eyeliner. This is a pencil eyeliner in the shade Bedroom Black, and I'm just going to tight line and waterline my eyes. Okay, now moving on to brows, I'm going to be using her brow pencil in the shade Supermodel. This has got like an angled tip and then a spoolie on the other end, so just going to fill in my brows using that. Inside this brow pencil, it does actually have this hidden little highlighter bit, which you can either use under your brow bone, but I'm going to use it in my inner corner. Just to add a little bit of a highlight there. And then I'm just going to take some mascara. I'm going to be using her Full Fat Lashes mascara, which is one of my favourite mascaras. Just going to pop a few coats of that on my lashes. Right, now for lips, I think I'm going to do a red lip with this look. So I'm going to take the lip liner in the shade Savage Rose, which is a red, and the lipstick in the shade Red Carpet Red. So these two go really, really nice together. Just wanted this look to be very, very glam. So yeah, I'm just going to slightly overline my lips with this. Right, so that's the lips on, so that is the look completely finished. So products that I really, really love in this sort of look is basically all of them. I literally love Charlotte Tilbury products, as you can probably tell, because I have so many. The only things that I don't really like and that I wouldn't buy again is the foundation. Foundation for me is just a pass. I just don't like it. I feel like it's separated weird around my nose, although I am sweating a little bit, it has separated a little bit around my nose. And I also probably wouldn't rebuy the brushes either, just because they are a little bit expensive for what they are. But other than that, I literally love everything else that I've used today, and pretty much from Charlotte Tilbury that I've used in the past as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please give it a like and also subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!